one second.
Sir.
What are we gonna do on that?
There's been, it's a long story cut short, I believe that the judge needs to have her examined. She was on the list through Spindletop for a state bed at the state hospital. But then there was an event that occurred and then the motion was filed. So now she's lost being in line for the state hospital bed. But the underlying causes that would make them want to suggest that, I believe, are still there. And so before we can go forward and know what to do on the motion, I believe she still has to be examined by our local physician.
Well, you gotta articulate something better. I mean, we're gonna spend some money on that and you can sit down. Who is that, Miss Ashley right there?
No,
sir.
You're the defendant?
no, that's her mother.
Mother.
Oh, okay. So you sit down, please sit down.
And I believe
Where-
probation is
Where's
also,
Where's Miss Ashley?
she's in custody.
Okay,
now.
we need her out. Let's talk to
Okay.
Angela.
And my understanding from talking to the Spindletop caseworker and the probation office is not, she appears to stay in a state of delusion most of the time and is a danger.
Was there a test evaluation done for her when she entered her plea of guilty?
Yes, there was one at one point and
Well,
doctor found her
had to-
incompetent.
We had to have found a
And at
competency
some
somewhere
point she
along the
was,
line.
yes, but now she's not again. So that's, probation concur that there are issues with her mental health.
Come on, okay, are you Angela Ashe? Over
Sure.
here. Hi, over here. Are you Angela Ashe? That's you, ma'am? Yes. You have to speak out.
Yes,
Okay, good. Do you understand that you are on probation here in this court for assault on a peace officer? Remember that? Remember being
Yes.
put on probation? Oh, and is this lady your probation officer? Do you recognize her?
yes, yes.
And that's Miss Valier, I believe. A very nice lady.
Yes.
And you've been on probation for how long, do you think? It's
Almost 2 years, like short, a couple months,
of how long?
2 years.
2 years. You're right. And so how's probation been going? From your point of view, how do you think it's been going? Or have you has it helped you?
In ways that I haven't noticed, yes.
Like what?
For example, getting a case manager and talking to the doctor and seeing a therapist,
Are those good things?
yes.
They've helped you. Okay. What kind of therapy is going on that's helping you?
I've seen Miss Drake
Uh-huh.
and I was able to open up about being
When did that happen?
2011 in April.
Let me ask you in this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation, there's an allegation that there's a failure to report and then failure to successfully complete anger management. But we tested your urine back in July and it showed positive for methamphetamine. Can you explain that? Methamphetamine, and mine doesn't. Why did yours? And in probation, methamphetamine, unless it's a doctor's order, a prescription, then which I haven't seen, then that's a problem.
Yes, sir. On the medicine, they had me on so much that I was smoking because it made me feel normal.
Okay. Yeah, well,
And
that's
I know
that's
it's
not
not-
your,
It's not my choice.
you're not the doctor,
I can't.
and it's illegal for you to
Yes.
self-medicate
Yes,
a
sir.
controlled substance. All right. Well, the rules are the rules. Everybody on probation, if we have 5,000 people on probation. If everybody said, old Angela there, she's smoking to feel better, and that's what we're going to do because you think it's okay. I don't think it's all right to do that. Methamphetamine is a controlled substance, which means it has rules of use, and you have to get a doctor's help on that. And you don't go around people who have the methamphetamine or yourself and self-medicate, something like that.
Yeah, I
Because
need- I need to
methamphetamine is
stop.
a felony. It's a felony to possess it illegally. It's a felony. It can put you in prison. You know, so you're on probation with this court. And we're looking at, let's see, you're on deferred probation. It's a third-degree felony. You're looking at up to 10 years in prison. If your probation was revoked, this court could sentence you up to 10 years. And, you know, I'm not, I don't feel comfortable about my probationers using serious
Drugs.
narcotics. Yeah,
yes, sir.
illegally.
I agree with you.
Okay, you know. All right, this assault, there's some kind of an assault here. I'm not sure what that. This also is another problem here in this.
Assaulted her spindle top
On
caseworker.
November 9th. Says you assaulted your mental health caseworker at Spindletop while you were being dropped back to the hotel. The victim called the police department and filed a report. And then the Beaumont Police Department then went to get you, escorted you back to Baptist Behavioral, and that happened in November, it looks like, just a month or so ago, right?
There's
All
a,
right.
She's saying that she did not, she's not guilty of that.
there's
Yeah,
another
sure.
incident that happened back in September with a healthcare worker at a hospital that wasn't filed because the person decided not to file charges against her.
So. She's on a mental health caseload too?
Yes.
Okay. So. What do you want to do? On her behalf?
Well, I'd like to, she would like to have this held in abeyance, give her a chance to get back out on probation. She wants to follow the law. She wants to go back to college. She has a lot of plans. And that's all I can say, that
Okay.
is what she's asking for. But I'm concerned because of the other issues.
What you want is important, but that's not what controls the outcome of this case. It's your actions that speak loudly, not what you want. You have to follow the rules like everybody else has to follow the rules. You know that. And sometimes they're hard. Sometimes you have issues that you have to deal with, but you have to make a choice. You're able to make choices. And we're gonna figure it whether it's gonna be the right choice or the wrong choice, and you have to, if it's the wrong choice, you pay a price. If it's the right choice, you're rewarded. Do you agree with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
How far did you go in school?
2.5 years.
College.
Who speaks out?
That's her mother, Your Honor.
You know, one other time you speak out, you'll have to leave the room, ma'am. This isn't court TV where people get to make outbursts from the crowd. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Sometimes I'm wondering, really, why you're here. Because your mother is not following the rules. You seem to be doing a good job. Anyway, how far did you go in school? You graduated from high school?
Mhm.
Where?
Lumberton,
Okay. You make good grades?
A's and B's.
Good for you. Did you go to college?
Yes,
What did you do? What were you pursuing in college?
math, mathematics, Bachelor of Arts.
Okay. Where'd you go? Lamar?
Mhm.
Okay. And you went 2.5 years? She's
Yes, I'd like to finish.
good for you. I would like to see you finish. That's important. Education makes wiser choices. What's probation office thing here? But let me just say, you're on thin ice here because you can't be going around assaulting the people who work for me. who are trying to help you. You understand?
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
just because you may disagree with something, but you can't go out and have a temper tantrum and then hurt people. You have to control your emotions. Do you understand? On my watch.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, but you ought to do it all the time. You ought to, be stable in your emotions. Are you able to do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So what do you want to do when you get your degree?
I thought about retiring into teaching, maybe moving to the beach and trying to teach at the beach, maybe coach.
Fish? Teach fish?
No, just
No.
the school.
You're talking about,
district.
yeah, and they have a great, you're talking about Sabine Pass or High Island,
Maybe Galveston or Crystal.
Bristol,
That's the
yeah.
only beaches I've been to. in
Crenshaw
Texas.
School, the Crenshaw School's there. And
If not there, then maybe Marshall Middle School or,
what would grades? Middle school?
well, I was thinking high school, but with my mental health, I was thinking it would be easier to teach middle school level. I want to teach algebra or calculus.
You good, man?
Yes.
Good for you.
Yes, but the only problem I think I'd have is teaching the same lecture over and
Oh,
over.
repetitiveness.
So that's something
You can make it, you can make it interesting.
well, that's why I would teach high school then.
Mm.
But I understand that high school is a different ball game.
Okay. And you're right, but the important thing is you've got some dreams that are gonna be fouled up if your probation is revoked.
Which is why I understand the seriousness of the case now. And I had a lot of time to think while I was sitting in a cell, and I didn't realize it was serious before, and now I understand. I should have understood before.
All right, this lady, I've spoken to her enough to know that she is intelligent when she and expresses intelligence when she wishes to, and she knows right from wrong, and I don't see any reason for any evaluation at this time. I don't find her incompetent at all. She may not be the most lucid at all times, but I wonder if maybe that's a product of maybe methamphetamine misuse or something like that. So what do we want to do? Because I want her to be successful.
I would ask that she not be required to respond to the allegations and that we just hold it in abeyance and give her.
No, I'm
If she's
not
gonna
gonna
go
do
back
that.
on probation,
Not
well, then
gonna
she's
do that.
pleading not true to number 1, true to number 3, I believe, and let me double check my notes here. 1 would be not true.
Well, here's the,
2 would be.
right. Then we're gonna, okay, but we're gonna resolve all of these before she's released from jail.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and we're not gonna do it today.
Yes.
Because
so
there's a
you think
hearing,
we're
we're gonna have a hearing. If you want a hearing, we'll have a hearing on it, and we'll do it when we get around to getting it done.
I'm not asking for hearing. I'm saying
Yes,
she's pleading not true. and
she's-
the court
we're gonna
wants a
have it.
hearing,
We'll have a
it.
hearing
sir.
because with one of the people who are representing this court gets assaulted, we're gonna have to get to the bottom of that, because I'm gonna protect the people who are trying to help the probation officer.
Yes, sir.
So with that, and she's going back in jail until we can have a hearing, if that's the way that's gonna be. Okay. Sorry, but we'll have to deal with this later.
You still.
And we'll set it for a hearing.
Yes, she brought me,
Okay, not here. It's not.
okay.
But if you're saying you're still not true, then
Jeff.